Okay, I need to tell you about a moment. There's a scene early in this movie where a little girl sits completely still on a rock in the middle of a forest, and slowly, one by one, the animals come out. Not because she did anything clever, not because she had a plan, just because she stopped. She got quiet. She waited. Her grandmother taught her that. I sat in that cinema and thought, when was the last time I actually did that? Just stopped, got quiet, listened to something other than the noise in my own head. A Pixar movie about a girl who turns into a beaver just asked me that question, and I didn't have a good answer. So here's the setup. Mabel Tanaka is a young woman living alone in her late grandmother's house, fighting to save a forest glade from being demolished to make way for a freeway by the city's smooth-talking mayor, Jerry Generazzo, the movie spoiler. She's passionate. She's furious. She cares so deeply about this glade, about the animals, about the memory of her grandmother, about this one small piece of wild that the city hasn't swallowed yet, that it's costing her everything else, her grades, her sleep, her sanity. And nobody is listening. One night, while trying to lure beavers back to the glade, Mabel stumbles onto a secret lab at the university where her professor, Dr. Sam, has developed the Hoppers program technology that allows a human consciousness to hop into a robotic animal and experience life as that species. The movie spoiler. Mabel doesn't hesitate for a single second. She hops in. And suddenly, she's a beaver. In the middle of the forest, surrounded by animals who can understand every word she says. And the world opens up in a way she'd never expected. Here's where the movie stopped being a fun Pixar adventure for me and became something I actually needed. King George, the Beaver King, voiced by Bobby Moynihan, gets close with Mabel and maintains a perspective she desperately needs. As king of the mammals, he believes that people, places, and animal places are all just places, and that we're all in this together. The film verdict. And Mabel, who has been so consumed by her rage at Jerry, so focused on fighting, so convinced that her way is the only way, slowly starts to hear that. Because here's the thing about Mabel that the movie understands completely. Her love for nature is real and right and good. But love that turns entirely into anger stops being able to hear anything, stops being able to actually connect with the thing it claims to be protecting. She learned stillness from her grandmother. And somewhere along the way, between the protests and the petitions and the fights, she forgot it. The film establishes a firm emotional core straight away. Mabel's desire to save the environment everyone else seems to ignore is instantly investing. And the story goes to truly wild places while keeping that emotional truth at the center. IMDb. There's a moment between Mabel and George. Quiet. Unhurried. That reminded me so much of sitting with someone older and wiser who isn't telling you what to do, but just sitting with you, letting you arrive at the thing yourself. I've had maybe 3 people in my life who could do that. This movie made me miss every single one of them. Look, is this vintage Pixar? The kind that destroys you completely and rebuilds you in 90 minutes? Not quite. The unhinged comic delirium is by far the liveliest thing to emerge from the company in years, but it may not rank among Pixar's most inspired efforts. Rotten Tomatoes, some jokes land perfectly, some sit there. The villain plot in the 3rd act gets a little chaotic. And yes, the environmental message is sometimes about as subtle as a beaver chewing through your front door. But here's what Hoppers does that I keep coming back to. The film subtly weaves in themes of empathy, environmental stewardship, and the importance of connection, all without being preachy. The pacing keeps the story exciting while allowing moments to breathe and develop emotionally. IMDb. And the ending, without spoiling it, gives Mabel something much more valuable than a victory. Gives her back the thing she lost. The ability to be still. The ability to listen. The ability to sit on a rock beside someone she loves and just be there. Although she and George can no longer speak through the Hoppers technology, they find a way to continue their friendship, sitting on the same rock where Mabel once sat with her grandmother, communicating in their own quiet way. Fandom. Full circle. Completely earned. Absolutely got me. I keep thinking about that opening scene. Little girl on the rock, getting still, getting quiet. Waiting for the world to come to her instead of chasing it down and demanding it listen. Her grandmother taught her that. Life busy, loud, urgent life, slowly untaught it. Maybe that's the real thing this movie is saying. It's not just about nature, about all of us. About how the most important connections in our lives with people, with places, with the living world around us, they don't happen when we're fighting. They happen in the stillness between the fights. Take someone you love to see this one. Or go alone and think about the people who taught you how to be quiet. If this kind of video resonates with you, films that carry something real underneath the surface, subscribe and stay a while. I'll always be here looking for the quiet thing inside the loud thing. And go call your grandmother, or whoever your grandmother was to you. Do it today.